Okay, so I'm going to be making a 3-point pre-equalized anchor. To do that, I'm going to be using a piece of cordelette because the double shoulder length webbing, you can do it, it's just kind of hard. So this is a lot easier. So to start, I'm going to take both ends of my cordelette and I'm going to tie an overhand knot with them. It's a flat overhand. When we tie it, you want to make sure that your ends aren't too short. You want to make sure you've got, 8 to 12 inches. We'll give ourselves quite a bit here. We'll dress our knot, make it look nice and clean, and then we'll tighten that down. Once we've got our flat overhand, we're ready to start making a 3-point anchor. To do this with the loop of cordelette we've just created, I'm going to go ahead and hook in 3 anchor points. I'll do a dotted line here so you can see it. And then I'm going to drop in my looped cordelette into each anchor. There's the third one. So you can see the cordelette now is going through all 3. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pull all of these down. Bring them together. Alright, one thing you want to note, you see how I've made a knot here? You don't want that sitting on the carabiner, so I'm going to adjust this slightly by just pulling on the cordelette as necessary to clean that up. Alright, there we go, I'm happy with that. Alright, we see the knots off there. Now that I've got all the rope grabbed, I'm going to pull it up, and just like we did it on the earlier anchor, I'm going to hook a carabiner through all of these, and I'm going to tie an overhand around all of the cordelette and through. Alright, once we've done that, clean it up a little bit, tighten it down, and now you can see we've got a pre-equalized 3-point anchor going here. Alright, same as before, we're using the Leadster acronym. Alright, so we're going to check our anchors. Got our arms going to a limiting knot, and we've got our master point. And then with Leadster, again, we're checking, make sure that the arms, they're limited, so if something's going to fail, there's not a lot of direction of pull that's going to, or extend into it. We also want to make sure that it's equalized, so we can see there's not a lot of looseness in the arms. Maybe there's a little bit. If there was more, you definitely want to loop it around the carabiners. Alright, we're checking the angle of the arms. Each of those are less than 90 degrees. Okay, the direction of pull, obviously it's a single point pre-equalized, so there's really only one direction, and it's going straight down, it's not off to the side. Again, solid, we want to check the big things around the anchor. We want to check the details on it, the micro part, looking at the details on what you're actually anchored into. Then, it didn't take me too long to make this, so that's the timely part of Leadster. Equalize, obviously, if one thing fails, we're good. Everything's pretty equal in that regard, and redundant. If we lose one, I'll show you here. We've got redundancy. In fact, because it is a 3-point, we could even take off one of these anchor points and it still won't fail. So that's a 3-point pre-equalized anchor. Last but not least, let's hook it in there. Come down here, and we want to make sure we've got an anchor that's complete with the carabiners that are opposite and opposed.